Good evening, all. Welcome. This is FMA Discussion, episode 281. And today we're going to be featuring Balintawak, and we're going to be featuring two masters. Fortunately, today I was supposed to meet up with these guys, but unfortunately, family situation got in the way. But I'm just so happy, though, that we're getting them on and they can be featured and be heard. I'm looking forward to this. So our guest, if you do not know it yet, is going to be Master Eugene Samuel and Master Jonathan Leonard. And we're going to hear about their Balintawak version. I know there's some groupings and all that, but I don't know fully. So this is going to be a learning one for me as well. So I'm looking forward to it. Also, demos. They're going to be demos. I got one request for a demo, and whatever they want to show them. So we're going to give them free reign just to showcase what they're doing. They also did a seminar today, so we're going to cover that, how that went, and everything. So if you have questions, let me know. And stick around at the end. We'll give what's coming up. Doubleheader Tuesday, just how it worked out. And we have the running raffle for the Ukrainian refugees. $10 a ticket. And the prizes are pretty up there. A lot of books donated. Some really, really good stuff. And you're helping a great cause. All right, without further ado, here we go. Hey. Well, welcome to FMA Discussions, guys. How are you guys doing? You guys must be exhausted.
Yeah, I've been doing since last night.
You got training last night. You did the seminar. You did another class, and then now you're on here to do more stuff.
It's more talking than moving, so it's good with that.
Well, I'm going to try to make this as painless as humanly possible. Okay. So, all right. So this will not be anything remotely torturous. Okay. So, hey, Maestro Eugene, can you possibly slide over a bit, just a little bit, if you could?
Right there.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Just so people like, hey, where is he? I only see half his face. Yeah, so, yeah. And we got folks already jumping in. Folks, if you're watching, tell us where you're watching from. Smash that like button, and we're just getting started. So, each of you obviously trained Balintawak. That's quite obvious. So what was your before we get into the Balintawak, you guys' journey there, what was each of you, whoever wants to start first, what was your other FMA training or just martial arts training in general? What did you guys do? What did you guys start with?
My martial arts journey, I guess, pretty much began kind of like a lot of kids, I guess back in the 1980s, where either there weren't a lot of martial arts schools around, or maybe I was too scared to go to some of them. So I think I would just watch a lot of Shaw Brothers movies when I was a kid, and I would also watch a lot of boxing and get my hands on some Bruce Lee and Dan Inosanto training methods books and just pretty much follow them to the T. But eventually I officially started martial arts in the early 90s at an Aikido club in the University of Connecticut. And from there, I also did a lot of other things. I did a lot of Chinese Wushu, some Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and a little bit of FMA before I found Balintawak in about 2006, which was the invention of YouTube. So that's where my Balintawak journey began necessarily. But I think we're talking about just martial arts before that, right?
Yeah. So what was the FMA style you played around with pre-Balintawak?
Yeah, I did some seminars. I think I went to a couple. It was so long ago, and it was just like 2004, 2005. I didn't really know what I was interested in the weapons-based instruction, because I know they start with that instead of the ending with weapons.
Yeah.
And it's like not maybe the primary training method, but I was really interested in it. So I think I did some seminars in modern arnis. I did some lessons in modern arnis, and I went to a couple seminars, and I think it's called Dekiri Terjas Siradas.
Hotel. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And that was about it, though. It wasn't super serious. There wasn't anything necessarily near me. So I had to travel for those. But that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Who was that? It's funny when you mention my niece, I tell you, it's really funny in a way. When I started doing these interviews, I really found out how big my niece was in Connecticut. Like pre that, like I had no idea. I had no idea that Minor East was like that prolific in Connecticut. And then I started doing these, and then like with Frank and Brian, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I always view Modern East as one of the bigger FMAs in general, I think, right?
Yeah. But like in Connecticut, like my original teacher, Ron, I thought he was kind of like, oh yeah, he's a kind of pioneer. an FMA and all that, I had no idea that minor niece predated him pretty significantly. You know what I mean? So it's just it's like, wow.
Yeah.
You know, Connecticut, obviously, you guys know, not being the biggest of states,
Right.
and all that. So same question for you, Maestro Eugene.
Oh yeah, I started karate, Shirin Ryu karate, and then a little bit of Tatkonto. Tatkonto is like a Balintawak version of empty hand, kind of mixed with Kung Fu a little bit, with the Jose Jogo Milan, which is also a Balintawak great. And then I did a little bit of, from there. I also train. I think that's the most that I did before I did Balintawak. And of course, my influence, I would say that my good or bad influence, and whatever you say it, the guy who influenced me to do Arnis was a certain guy named Yuli Rumo.
Well, you know how I love Yuli Romo. So.
Oh, that's great. So I want to like say, hey, I want to learn Yuli, but he lives in Manila. Okay, okay, but wait, he's also Balintawak. Why won't I train Balintawak? And then the list goes on, goes on. I met, my first Balintawak teacher, and then now I'm training with Ramon Franco Velez. That's my main handsome teacher. He's out there.
Emphasis on the handsome part, I guess.
Yes, indeed.
Always
So he's the son of the late Grandmaster Teovel Velez, and he's my main Balintawak teacher.
Wow. So Yuli, I tell you, man, I mean, that's, folks that are watching, the three of us are very big fans of Yuli Romo. Matter of fact,
as you know, the gap when we started, he used to call me Ta. Ta means to say kid. Hey kid. Then later he called me Dong, which is boy. Now he calls me Bai, which is buddy. So that's the
transition. Went from boy to
like youngster to a grown up adult. Let's hold on.
I just got a soft spot for that guy. I always have. And I'm so glad I'm training with him now. And folks are watching it. Eugene jumps in at time to time to help with some of the translation and all that. And it's really wonderful when he jumps in too. And hopefully you'll continue to do that. So then, all right. So we got your pre. So what? Let's switch it back to you, John. What was the interest or inclination? Like, why did you seek out Balintawak?
I just thought it kind of is the dynamic nature of Balintawak. It's not so unique where it's dynamic like that, but a lot of Eskrima and Arnis I saw, at least for videos and a lot of other places, it was kind of like someone does a technique and then someone does some prescribed technique and does a disarm or whatever the case may be. But Balintawak seemed like super alive to me when YouTube first came out and people started coming out with videos. So I'd watch back in 2006, there were some people, of course, in Cebu, like in what's now known as Watbag. So the Velez brothers. So primary teacher Moni Velez and his brothers Chito and Eddie Velez. And of course, the great Babi Tabuada and, Babi Tabimina. And of course, many others. And I would just watch their videos all the time. And Reno Balinado of Nicopa. So I watched their videos all the time. And I took what I knew already of some FMA, just some basics, and I would just kind of watch the videos. I'd rip them off YouTube and download it to my hard drive. And I'd just watch them all the time and just copy their movements all the time.
Hey, so absence of anything else. Right?
It was so fast to me. So I had to like really watch over and over. Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Really
right. You'd have to like slow it down and just like
I was getting to it at the time.
So who was the first person that you actually got in touch with as far as hands-on training, one-on-one training?
Eugene Nepange.
And what year?
2007. Yeah.
Wow. So it's been a while now. Okay.
So back then, I would still look at places like FMAtalk.com and the old FMA forum. I would try to just learn all I can about like the history of Balintawak and all the other different personalities. And I would sometimes reach out to people. And I reached out to our good friend Richie Gumahin in St. Louis. And, he told me, because Eugene ended up living in Providence, Rhode Island, which was not very far from me. And he's like, hey, this guy Eugene, I met him, he's really good. He's a really great guy. You should meet him if you can. So I constantly email Eugene until he emailed me back finally. So that's it. Yeah.
And history ever since. Wow. Yeah, Richie actually sent a question in, so sent a few in. So he has been in contact today. What so for you, Maestro Eugene, I know you mentioned Yuli, but like was Yuli then your kind of first hands-on far as what?
He was like the influence for me that I put me into FMA just because of him. Like I would, oh man, I finally like Arnis because I've seen Arnis a lot growing up, but kind of like he was like my influence that I was into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong there.
Yeah.
So who did you follow up with after him?
And after him, when I went back to Cebu, I end up with the late Jose Jogo Milan. That's actually Yuli Romo's Balintawak teacher.
Okay.
He was pretty good. He was like the founder of Tatkunto. Like, he's just a low profile. Nobody knows him that much. But that was my first Balintawak teacher. And then when he passed, I end up with Ramon Franco Villas, Moni in short. And he's been my teacher until now. I still call him, how will you do this kind of thing? I still ask, in Balintawak.
So you're still with him presently? Okay.
Yeah, still is.
Okay.
I was fortunate to train with other greats, like of course, our hero, Grandmaster Bobby Tabuada. Yeah, I learned from him. I also trained from him. I also trained with used to train with Grandmaster Bobby Tabimina a little bit. Get him just how good he is. I also trained with Grandmaster Nene Gabukayan in LA. Yeah, could train with who else? Grandmaster Nick Elizar.
Okay.
There's a lot of guys who are good that I can remember, but those are one of the few that really influenced.
Okay.
Of course, that chance with great Rino Balinado is also very good. You should
Right. Some of these names are new to me, but I mean, fascinating. So what just for the viewers who are watching who maybe, and I know a little of this just by virtue of doing interviews, but I don't claim to be thorough in this as far as historically speaking. How did Balintawak form? Like, you hear the different things as breaking off from Dose Paris and Salvador and all that, but I guess like what's your guys' interpretation or what was told to you, I suppose?
It's Balintawak of its own interpretation. It's kind of like soda. You can say Coke and Pepsi. They're all colas though they are different brand. They slightly taste different, but they're the same. It's just the way the flavor is different.
Okay.
So in the Village system, Bilisin and Village system, we teach the grouping systems. So, by the way, I forgot to mention Grandmaster Ising Atilio too. I learned from him too.
Okay.
I train a little bit in the Philippines and here a little bit. So go back to the system. It's like separating, group one. Group one is our own, just anything that use a left hand clearing. Anything you clear here, you clear out. That's group number one.
Okay.
Anything you do with a botting is group number two. Anything you do with thrusting, that's group number three. Anything that goes with abanico or semi-heating, that's group number four. And anything that goes with, the clockwise or counterclockwise of, the punyo, thing, that's group number five. Simple as that. The idea is there, but, it depends how you express it.
Okay. And generally speaking, but not all Balintawak systems use the grouping. Am I correct in that?
It depends how, because there's a random. They also have others who have their own version of it. But if you look on it, groupings is also there. It's just explained differently.
Okay. All right.
Sometimes I think about it as in boxing. If you start boxing, you might learn a set grouping, like a pattern, like 1, 2, 3, right, or a different type of pattern like that. But you can do it broken, and of course, that's 4 movements total. But you can do each one in different patterns, or just one at a time, or 1 then 4, or with all the different concepts as well. So
I got you.
Start with these types of patterns, and then build from there. Whereas some groups, they start completely random without any type of long patterns like that. I guess.
Or okay. So I got you. What So no, but you guys definitely are along the grouping and all that. Do you find before I don't want to get ahead of us here, but what I'm going to get to like teaching and the groupings, but far as like getting back to what captivated you guys when you started training them, like, what kept you there? Like what really resonated with each of you to like want to go deep within this system?
Okay,
I can answer.
we can give. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say what really with me is kind of like it's almost like Eugene almost has this saying now. It's like don't look for the style, look for the teacher. And I just thought he was such a great teacher and such a wonderful person, and I also met some of his teachers and some of his friends in our system, and I just thought like it's just like a family oriented type of environment. That's what really drew me in first, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, we can do a little demonstration to make it even easier. Because sometimes if I talk, sometimes it's hard to grasp exactly what I mean. Like, if you don't mind, I can just give you like, simple. Let's start from group number 1. Okay, so group number 1 is anything that clears with the left hand.
Gotcha.
Anything. So it kind of look like this. I'll show you first the basic pattern.
All right, I will lower myself.
Oh yeah.
You tell me when to come back up.
Yeah. So there you go. So anything that goes with the left hand clearing. So the basic looks like this. It can either start here. You know the one here, then go. He's clearing his left hand. That one there. As simple as that. And it's right here. So it's the clear left hand. If I'm doing group 1, anything that you see like this here, that one here, this is group 1. That's right. See, it's my left hand clearing it. So it's a group hand, it's left hand clearing. So anything that goes with the clearing is group 1.
It's clearing obstructions.
Yeah,
Stuffing
clear
your way,
obstruction
get out
to
of the
left
way, and get to the head.
So you can see any Balintawak doing that. All Balintawak do that. Even other FMAs. If it's right here, I clear. See, I clear. Here, see, I clear. You see? I'm clearing then. So if that's anything that goes with the clearing, that's group number 1. Left hand clearing. It can be the hand, or it can be anything that clears with the left hand. It can be this one here. See? See? That's group number 1. So that's one of the examples that I mean that you see in all Balintawaks. Not only Balintawaks, you see it in modern Arnis, you see it in Pikiri, you see it in Dosiparis. The only difference is the strikes are slightly different, but the hand maneuvering is there.
Definitely see it. I mean, modern knees, I could definitely see the Balintawak influence. I mean, for sure. Yeah.
Any system have a left hand clearing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's
So all right. So you mentioned you got, within your guys' particular style, you got 5 groupings. 5?
Yeah. We just should do
Okay.
group 1.
Yeah. No, and because I know Bobby, I think's got 6, and then the 7th one is when
Bobby.
you kind of bring your own stuff into it. Graduation.
Your Grandmaster Bobby is you have the 7 levels.
So, right. Okay.
When you get to 7, you're a full qualified instructor.
Right. Okay. So how many levels?
Yeah, he still covers groupings.
Okay, and he's got the same 5 groupings.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 groupings and the 7. I gotcha.
Yeah,
Same
anything,
ideas,
yeah,
just
anything is
slightly
from
different expression.
anything that comes from Veles and Vilicin, they all cover groupings.
They all have the group. Got it. So I got a question here from Richie, and he wants to know, how did your KI enhance your understanding of Balintawak?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Thank you, Richie. My influence in Screama is Yuli Romo. He was a Illustrissimo guy, but the guy who first taught me, just a regular class Illustrissimo is the guy named Raul Marquez. Very, very smart guy. He's smart in his own way.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to get him on. He's New York City.
Good.
Right? New York City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, getting the patterns and the patterns of the drills and all those stuff from him, it expands deeper my understanding in Balintawak. Vice versa, the Illustrissimo too is kind of like different. I mean, how would I say, not different. It's a lot slightly different in my own way because I combine both of them.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I'll give you an example. In Balintawak, we block like this.
I'll lower myself.
Sorry. We block like this. Like here. Right? That's Australia.
Yeah.
That's Australia. It's only Australia, but I'm doing the Dipondo strikes. Mean to say I'm not going straight to it. So it's Dipondo. It's here. At Australia. And then Dipondo. In illustration, you have this drill, right? You do this here, kind of thing. But it's still the same. It's the same thing. That's Australia. That's one of the many example that this one here, group 1. This is kind of like a panipis in Lustrissimo. This one here, see? Anything? Or it's like you're doing a good thing. That's group 1. This is here. Why you're doing that here? Because you're attacking it here. The one here, see, if it hits, see, the same thing. It's still group 1 pattern. It's this one, or panipis or gunting. So looking at Lustrissimo that was taught by me by Raul, it expands my understanding deeper than Balintawak. And plus, additional of Yuli Rumo, it adds up.
That was pretty fascinating. Like I definitely saw the Australia, the Panipit. I mean, that was wow. That was
Or
like,
gunting, whatever you call it.
wow. Yeah, there you go. Yes, but yeah, that was good. Thank you, Rich, for the question. Awesome. So okay, the whole important, one of the things, and again, you guys are gonna be able to obviously articulate this better than me, but when I've had Balintawak guys on before, well, mainly GM Bobby, and there was another gentleman we had on, I think actually Julius interviewing Attila. What's the importance of the offhand in this? I mean, your guys, if you're right-handed, obviously the left hand. So what is the significance and importance of the left hand?
It depends how you use it. You can use it in clearing. You can use it in attacking. Meaning to say, like, for instance, this one here. Yeah. Yeah. I can do it with clearing. Here. Clearing. Or I can do it with striking. Or elbow. Or anything. If it's here, see? I can do elbow here. And hit. So it can be, there's a lot your left hand can do.
Yeah, offensive, defensive.
Yeah,
baiting,
baiting or something here. I can use this. If he attacks, I can use that. So now it's the left hand. You can trap. You can parry. You can hit.
Okay.
That's the purpose of the hand.
Awesome. All right. So what do as far as, let's start with you, Maestro Eugene. What did your teacher, whether Yuli or, Maestro Velez, what did they try to instill, like, as far as you and your journey in Balintawak? Were there core themes, core concepts they tried to impart in you?
Mostly, because I have like 90% from Moni Velez, 90 maybe, to be fair, 95%. Then I have a little bit, 1% from here and there, from the other Balintawaks. What they emphasize a lot is the body movements. The body movements and understanding the groupings deeper. And he said to me, hey, I cannot teach you all the time because you're not here next to me, but you can explore the art. So kind of like look at the other arts, learn from the art, from between the art. I mean, let's say, I'll try to understand Balintawak by practicing Illustrissimo, or I'll try to enhance my Balintawak by practicing any system, Dosi Pares, or any system that helps me get better understanding of Balintawak. Because it's just a name though. Like everybody, you agree with me with this one. All arts only uses palm up and palm down, and in between. That's it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, can't argue that. I haven't seen that yet.
Do that though. Basically, you can, but I can't.
Yeah. No, understood.
It can be fencing, sword, anything. It's only palm up and palm down.
That makes sense.
There's nothing more than it.
Yeah, like when we say like use of the left hand is defensive, offensive, baiting, monitoring, slapping, clearing, shocking the opponent's body. Like I think most systems have this kind of thing.
All of them have.
You know, so what sets us different? Well, we just have this our unique way of moving our body.
It's just
Which is
expression.
also similar to other systems too. You know, like Illustrissimo have their own way of uniquely moving body movement. You know, because we all have lifting and clearing and
Just like,
and
you know,
punching,
I give you example, just like
So-
looking at the Illustrissimo system. Jim usually have a Balintawak background. Tony Jacob, that's the Balintawak and Modernaris background. And you know, and the other pillars have different background. So maybe say they express their own, they understand their own expression of the art that they've been training. Like I'm a Balintawak guy, I'll try to put Illustrissimo in my Balintawak, and so on and so forth. So it's still from art between the art. So that's a notice right now they have different flavor.
Yeah, no, exactly.
To be honest, in my opinion, none of
That
them
came out in the KI theme episodes.
they have their own expression of the art, which is all good. Don't get me wrong. It's their expression.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, right, their own interpretation, flavor, and all that. Yeah, 100%. So, Maestro John, what did your teacher saying next to you? What did he try to instill in you as far as your journey or impart in you, as far as concepts, importance?
I would almost echo the same thing as Grandmaster Eugene, whereas it's really what. Oh, sorry. Just like the body movement, the uniqueness of the body movement. That's what kind of separates us from other systems. Okay. Every system has punching, kicking, a little bit of grappling, all of these things. So it's just the unique type of body movement that we do, which separates us.
Okay.
But maybe other systems or other styles or whatever you want to call it. And styles is kind of like one of those things where even in Balintawak, people have their own styles. Or even in Watbag, people have their own styles. Style meaning personality. You know, like everybody in Watbag, we're not completely the same, you know. Different expression depending on our body type or what we value, you know. So,
okay. So all right. So now that now that you're both teaching, what do you try and instill in your students in their journey? I mean, what do you try to, you know, as far as their individuality, their expression, you know, not being obviously robots of yourselves, what do you try to instill in them?
I would echo something that Eugene told me a long time ago, is that when we teach, when Eugene teaches, when our seniors, Noimoni, Noyedi, when they teach it, Balintawak comes from the heart, and that's the source of it. That's what I'll say that. And I apologize, but I'll be right back, guys.
Okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, get out. No kidding. So what I mean is, like, you know, I know for me myself, I normally just teach them the basic patterns, and then I explain the concept. And I'm not insecure to tell them to explore other arts that, you know, make you feel
fantastic
arts better. Right now, you know, in California, I don't have a regular Balintawak group there, but they're all very good, good friends of mine. They train different system, so I can just, you know, plug in there anywhere, you know, anything they want to do, I can just join them, because everything you see, like if they do abanico, that's group 4. Abanico is semi-hitting on group 4.
Okay.
So Balintawak has its own version, but different, you know, of course, different flavor. But they also have the abanicos, and, you know, and so on and so forth. So you know, meant to say, I give them the patterns and let them explore. And I'm not going to say, hey, you're not ready for the next one. Like, I teach you this, you need to train with me for 10 years and before you're ready to teach. No, I don't do that. If you can be better than me like a week or so, then so be it, you know, and hopefully you'll come back and teach me what you learned that I don't have.
I know. Isn't that what make the circle goes around? You know what I mean? It's not like indentured servitude.
Student all the time. So one of these days they'll be better than you, whether you like it or not.
I know. And you're holding him back just for God knows what reason. Yeah, I'm a firm believer.
I don't want him to kneel before me all the time. That's not my type. I'm not made like that.
Yeah, I appreciate people who have that mindset. I mean, it's like they get one journey. I mean, let them enjoy who they want to enjoy it with, and right, like you said, hopefully they'll come back with great stuff, right?
Hey, Eugene, you don't know this. I'll show you how to do this. Oh man, okay, show me. That's new.
Yeah, yeah, right.
I get better.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm with you on that. I just that whole keeping them right there and don't let them out. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's difficult if you put them in the box because sometimes they'll stay on it and then they have the tendency to grow because
yeah.
I only can teach them all I know. I don't know what I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, right. Yeah, I agree. And if the relationship is solid between the teacher and student and all that, they're going to come back and give it back to you. I mean, so
I'm always into a person who teaches the willingness to teach. It's kind of like sometimes, okay, I'll teach you, but Dean, but you're not ready for this one. Maybe come back from now, then now I'll teach you this.
Yeah. In 5 years, I'll
Hopefully, I'm gonna teach you one of these days, and then suddenly the guy passed. Oh man, you should teach me that, but he died. Damn, could have been better than this one.
Yeah. Music to my ears. So, as far as like, and this, this would be the same question for John when he comes back, but we can obviously start with you. Progression for your students. So somebody walks in, they're new, like, what do you start them out with?
I teach them the basic. I always teach them the basic, and sometimes I teach it. I try to make it shorter if I see like they're in a rush to learn, but as soon as they start to like it, I'll put them back to the details.
Okay.
Because strike basic 1 to 12 or 1 to 20 or 1 to 1,000. It's only pump up and pump down, man. There's nothing more or in between. That's it. I haven't seen someone striking like this anymore. Unless
I haven't either, but
or like this.
Who knows?
Yeah. Like this, it's just a pump up. It can be this one here. It can be this one here. Doesn't matter. If it can be here or that one here, it's just pump down. There's nothing more.
Yeah. No, it's very, very true. So and then we'll save these questions too when John comes back. So what are some of the challenges that, actually we can go back to you guys. What are some of your challenges as far as when you're going through it? And part two of the question, what are some of the challenges that your students experience as they're coming up through the levels?
Yeah, first the challenges is like if nobody knows you, nobody's gonna pay attention with you. When I first came here in New England, then that was like 2006 or something. I think I posted an FMA talk, an FMA forum. Hey, I teach Balintawak for free. Who wants to learn that? Nobody answers me.
And they're like,
of course, Balintawak was not so famous back then compared to now because of the social media. It was just Friendster before. It wasn't as famous as it is now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what's Balintawak? Is it a laundromat or something? No, it's a Filipino martial art or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucky for us, we have Bobby Tabuada. He's the reason why Balintawak was known.
Man, did he freaking plow through, huh? And get the recognition and exposure.
Like Michael Jordan or the LeBron James of Balintawak in innovation.
Oh, the way he markets. I mean, he's incredibly prolific. I mean, So part two, like for your student, like what challenges have you noticed, like when they're coming through?
To be honest, most of my students that train with me, nobody wants to train with them for whatever reason. I don't know. That's just one that I experienced. I can be wrong. I can be misjudged.
So your students, nobody wants to train with your students?
No, what I mean is like my student. I would say, what's the best way to say it, man? Damn. Like I would say, it's sometimes hard for my student to mingle with other students. Kind of like, they're like left behind or something.
Oh, that's too bad.
Maybe they're not good enough. I'm sorry for that. I'm doing my best, but that's all I got.
No. I'm sure. No, I mean, there's some, unfortunately, not all aspects of our parts or our community are all accepting.
I wanted to say it. It's something to do with the politics.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not into politics, though. I want to be friends with everybody.
Yeah, and I think most people see that and know that about you. Yes,
unfortunately.
That's too bad because I mean, yeah, I don't know, but I think things have improved, with COVID and going on some of the cross training. I hope that continues, and I think once the old guard, more and more will get removed, however way. I think you're going to see more and more politics go away. I I, I think, I hope,
So
I mean, but I mean, it's not to say it's going to be totally eradicated. I'm not saying that, but I think it'll be less.
kind of like, hey, let's train. Don't tell Dean that we're training because he's gonna kill us. Kind of like that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's just the way it is.
I know. I see it all the time. I mean, when I these interviews, man. I mean, like who I got to match up, who when I do the theme episodes. Are you kidding me?
I was very impressed with the last interview.
Live it.
And Jack.
Yeah,
I hope-
those two.
I hope people
Again,
learn like that. They're to humble and be
yeah, that wasn't a coincidence why those two were chosen for the opening one. You know what I mean? It was no coincidence why Brandon and Mark Wiley were chosen for the KI opening one. It's like you got to kind of go in you can't just randomly just throw these people in there and just, okay, let's do it. I mean, you could, but I'm not saying it's going to turn out the best results, But so John, while you were gone, there were two questions I asked Master Eugene. So your progression, so two part. The challenges you experienced when you were going through the levels and ranks in Balintawak, and what do you see some of the challenges of your students going through?
The challenges of my students going through.
As well as yourself when you were going through the ranks.
Well, just I guess coming up through what we call the ranks. The biggest challenge is the body movement. We go back to that again. A lot of it's very subtle, very nuanced. It's like when I was first being exposed to Balintawak, just through YouTube videos. I watch them all the time, but I think I was copying them, and I was, but it was very superficial. There's a lot of nuances I wasn't seeing. Similar to any system really. Like if you're trying to learn wrestling or Wing Chun or whatever, you could copy as much as you want, but there's a lot of nuances you're not going to see, and a lot of those are very subtle. So that's one of the biggest challenges I think for myself and also for a lot of my students, training partners, is getting the really specifics, because there's a lot of things happening, with the shoulders, axis of rotation, and also coordinating that with the lower body, the hips and the knees, but also adding that to stepping and footwork is quite challenging. I'm still working on it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I remember at that seminar when you came down to West Hartford, like I remember noticing I could definitely see, in the beginning, man, there's no way that's easy.
Coordinating that with proper striking.
Yeah.
And of course, most important is control and accuracy for safeties reasons. Because anybody can, pick up the stick and just,
Yeah, anybody can pick up a stick and just swing it.
Do it as fast as you can and accurately, and also not causing damage. Takes time.
My teacher before, Grandmaster Molly Veles, he tried, he did that to me in demonstration. I lit a cigarette, he hit the tip of it and took the light off.
Wow.
Oh, well, that's cool. How did you do that? You want to try this one here? I hit, it's going to move like this? Oh, never mind.
No. No, I won't be volunteering for that. No. So you guys had a seminar today. So did you both co-teach it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
I showed something. There's something better than what Eugene's doing.
No,
so it's something else.
Not at all.
No.
Yeah,
awesome.
like a lot of seminars where there's Eugene was teaching mostly, and I was like sparring partner, and also coming around to help others with those nuances and body movements that are, quite difficult sometimes to grasp.
Yeah.
When you first come to them.
So with the group that you guys had, what was your guys' focus? Did you kind of start ground up, or what'd you guys focus on as far as what material?
That we trained with earlier are Balintawak and Modernist guy. So I put it all together to make it, fun for all of them to be with. Because, if you notice, the basic of modern Arnis, just the basic that I saw, is similar to Balintawak.
Mm.
It's, you know, just different flavor, the way, you know, Grandmaster Princess expresses it. And of course, he was also very good in Balintawak too. So now I can plug it in, add the concept of the pump up and pump down thing. So it makes them easier for all of them to adapt.
Yeah. And with that, it's kind of like every FMA system has angle one, which is just something like that. But there's like almost an infinite amount of ways to do that angle one, depending on the angle of your stick, the position of your hand, the position of your position of your body, and of course the target can change too. A lot of people think angle one, you know, hits obviously, you know, wherever, you know, here the temple or something.
We should, like, you know,
neck,
like,
depending on
like the body movement. Like, I'll give you example. Like, you know, it's doable for everybody. You know, you guys can imitate this or do it even better. So like this, right? See, if it's here, if my weight is right here, it's the same strike. Now, if I lean back, it will change. Simple as that. That idea. So it's here, you block it. Now again, block it. It changed. So something like that, where, you know, it's, oh, that's you know, that makes sense. It's doable for everybody.
Yeah,
I just need to show them how to do it, and they got it right away.
Yeah, one simple movement, a very interesting concept, which makes your opponent or your partner misjudge the distance.
That's one of the body movements that John explained earlier.
Okay. So did you guys have them kind of, when they were parting up, kind of back and forth in that progression?
Yeah.
Or did you kind of keep them more kind of just neutral and not moving their feet at first?
We did just the basic drills, you know, because in basic drills, like, you know, the backhand and the forehand, like, I'll show you the example like here, right? For instance, this one here. If this is close, you block it like this. If it's a little farther, you block it like that or strike at the same time. If it's really close, you know, strike here, you have this, the elbow. It's the same motion. See, if you block there, if I do the elbow, so it's the same motion. So, you know, we teach them we taught them earlier the emphasis of the motion of blocking, which, you know, you can see in any system. In here, right here, this is the basic. It's like you're doing the elbow here, or if you block it here, you're doing the elbow in. You're hitting back like this. So it's this motion. Or your favorite move, like here. The same thing. It's that one. We'll go back there. Yeah. So those are the basics that I showed earlier for everyone to.
I don't know. I saw Yuli Romo, Master Eugene. I saw Yuli Romo with that move.
Yeah, it's better than that one. He can better than that, but, you know, that's what I mean. Which is from the basic here, 1, 2, and then it's like like, you know, if you get in here, you have this, you know, then you cover this. You punch, you throw the elbow, then tune up down here. So, you know, it's
no, definitely. So
all the arts.
I'm gonna have to. Hopefully, you'll be there this Wednesday night with me and Yuli, and then.
Okay. I'll do my best.
Is that?
I'll do my best, but he can do better than that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I do my best to be there.
I don't care what anybody says, man. Nobody moves like Yuli Romo. I don't care what
I
anybody
agree. I agree.
That guy's got the market corner as far as originality and uniqueness.
Yeah.
So how'd it go? I mean, you guys did 2 or 3 hours. I mean, you guys, you know, sounds like the group enjoyed it. They were receptive. You guys got, yeah.
It's a movement that they already know. I mean, you know, it's the movement that they've been doing already, but they were not aware that they can do this thing. And like, you know, this is the punch, but hey, I forgot this can hit the face too. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
But, you know, but now, I thought it's only for the chest or something, but it can hit the face too. Kind of like that. So see, there are forms that they've been doing. That's
right. They've been doing it.
They can do the stuff in the form that they're doing. So it's like the art in between the art.
So they already have the baseline. You're just adding. All right.
Adding spices and salt or sugar. You know.
Yeah. You're just adding. That's a nice way of putting it. Where did John go? Did we lose John?
I think he stepped out.
Oh, okay. All right. No worries. And let me see. Yeah, you really do. Yeah, I don't think he does, man. 75 years old. That guy's still cutting corners like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Which is yeah. So if you guys want, we're a little shy of coming up to the hour, but you guys got a ton of demos. So before, again, you guys take full liberty, show whatever you want to show. When you guys are like want to kind of re-engage the audience, maybe if they have questions, I could definitely pull myself back up.
I'll
But
do my best to answer everything. If I can't, I'll just return your email.
yeah. Daniel, so Daniel's request as far as demo was he's asking if you could do the Balintawak selfie grouping system.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay.
So that was his request.
Well,
So
you mean like this? That's doable. Everybody can do that. I mean, like
all right,
this.
I'll see you guys in a bit.
Like this, man, holding the phone like this. So, okay, where am I gonna hit him? Okay, the leg. Okay, he counted right here. If we do this one here, then I go that one here. If not there, I hit him here. Then that one here. Oh, he's gonna counter. So I do that one here. Kind of like that. That's easy.
It could have been that was, but that like when I looked at that was basically his question. If you could demonstrate selfie grouping system, well, but I need definitely yeah.
Yeah, I was actually
technically grouping.
Oh yeah, I was actually talking to him in video call. Oh, you want to hit the leg? And that one there, kind of thing.
Gotcha. So yeah, whatever you guys want to show. If you guys want to show like what you maybe showed today, if you want to go into the different groupings, I know you guys already showed grouping one.
We just covered group one, right? Okay, forgot.
Yeah, you already did. Yeah.
Group two is a lot.
Oh, God, yeah, that's a lot.
So, meant to say now we're done with group one. So we go to group two. There's a lot you can do, I can do just maybe 4 or 5. Then upon seeing this, you can do more in your own interpretation. So group 2 is just botting. Anything that goes botting is group 2. So meant to say if I get here, it's like this is botting here. See? That one here. Bot, here, then here. That one here. Bot. So that's botting. So if you here, I can get in, but again, I can do the bot here, I can do the bot here, I can do the bot here. Anything that goes botting is group 2. So it applies in any system. Yeah. Then group 3 is just thrusting. So thrusting, when you the basic 1 to 12 or any basic, at first is our old strikes. But later when you know, it can be a thrust. Meaning to say you're hitting the tip of the stick. So kind of like if I hit here, there's a thrust here. There's a thrust. Even if it's tight, it's still a thrust there. See? A thrust, a group 2, and then a thrust. Right? There you go. Huh? So anything that goes with the thrust, and the real speed of the thrust is not like this. It's like this. It's that one. Yeah. So this is a speed of thrust. So if it's here, if you have this height hit here, that's the speed of the thrust. That's why if you notice, they say that, oh yeah, but when Nico, there's no power. No, the flick can be a thrust. Meaning to say, if I have it here, that's the speed of the thrust. Same here. It's not only that one. Because if you move your body here, go on here, there's a thrust there. And then group 4 is just the abanico.
Yeah, group 3 and 4 are highly related.
Yeah,
in that
group
way.
4 and group 3 are highly related. Yeah. For safety, we hit on the side. Meant to say here, there's the side there. But later when you know, it can get in close. Meant to say, it can be here. You strike back here, down here. I'm no longer gonna give my hand because there's a lot he can do. So those are thrusting and at the same time hitting. They call it in Balintawak. Grandmaster Eddie used to say it as a dua sa centro or center line game. So mean to say it's all center. That's why if you notice Balintawak moves a lot like this. We don't, because of the nature of the strike that goes here, here, all the way. it's not only wide, unless if you're setting him up. So mean to say, if I strike here, that one here. If you strike here, this is my block. It's also kind of like related, if it's a little distance, it's kind of related as the retirada. Retirada, if you do like this in Illustrissimo, you hit basic one, it's this one here, or bagsak. Because it's far, but if it's closer, you can still do this one here, the bagsak. That one here, see? And then I'm not giving my hand like this, but I'm giving the tip of my hand. So when I counter here, it's this one here. If he blocks here, see? The move here, I hit that. This is a flick and a thrust together. Do you know? So here. So that's why you notice our movements are tight. Because if I just do like this here, I'll hit with the head. That's why I need to have my body moving. The basics like this. But later when you know, it's right here. It's this one here. It's very close. That one here, see? That's your counter here. That's your attack. If you strike here, it's no longer that one here, but I'm hitting that one, the center. Vice versa, if you do it to me too, see, I'll do the same. Need to say, look here, so I, vice versa here.
Everything's very narrow.
It's narrow.
Very narrow, very hand, elbow.
It's kind of the same as the drill here. If you hit here, you hit down. Down here, see? The same thing. But now it's tighter. It becomes, the body. In group 5, it's just stripping. You have to say, standard here, you see a lot of Balintawak doing this. Suyup. That's actually group 5. Or kind of like, almost like that one or the other one like this. Like a espada daga. See? Or yeah, if we do this one here, pak, poop, pak. Then group 2 is just like the body, the elbow. If I go to butt here, I control the elbow. So grouping is very simple.
Yeah.
And then you notice my body movement a lot because like if you do group 5 here, see, there's a group 5 here, see? If you do this one here, if I move my body tighter, see, I'm in. I'm just pulling it back and going back there. It's no longer like this. For beginners, of course, I'll do this so he'll catch it. But later when I know it doesn't have to be that far.
Yeah, even the moment I got that group 5 or that disarm,
I already got
it's because he gave me this beforehand. Like this was given to me, where in reality it wouldn't be given.
I said, oh, it's far. Oh, I can do it close too. Doesn't have to, I can do it close. Doesn't matter. Same thing.
Yeah.
So that's why Balintawak we do tight. That's why one of my good teacher in Balintawak, great teacher is Grandmaster Eddie Velez. He helped me understand what I first saw from Jugo Milan before. It was, different system. I mean, different lineage, but, one source kind of thing. So those are, the groupings are just simple as that one. So means you know how to pull it back. Like if you give it group 5. The other one here.
Yeah.
The one here, see? It's, if I use my body and tighten it up, I can just do this one here. See, it's okay.
See, counter with group 3.
Counter group 3. So it doesn't have, in here, it's easy because the hand is given.
It's given.
But now what if I do this?
Yeah.
Right here, that one, you can catch it. Yeah. What if I do this one here?
Yeah.
So it changes
My
the
hand
game.
was given that time. Not
It's
his.
tighter. So that's the essence or the whatness of the Balintawak that I know and that I understood from people who acquired your knowledge to me, and
Oh, that's excellent.
helping me.
Yeah, no, thank you. That was so the thrusting is fine. Again, when I had Bobby on, it was quite some time ago when he was going to the groupings, and he could have very well said this. I just perhaps don't remember. Does Bobby also have thrusting in his groupings?
Yeah, that's group
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Yeah, if you do like group 3 like this, is our thrusting. It's like basic group 3, basic. This is the basic group 3 here, like this.
Yeah.
Or thrusting. Bang.
Yeah. Just different level.
Yeah.
Same concept.
Okay.
You're making it easy for me right here. I don't
Yeah.
even have to move technically. You're just
Yeah.
getting me used to it. Oh.
Basic,
Okay.
semi-advanced,
Oh.
and then advanced.
Oh.
Whatever you call that, but different labels,
Yeah.
labels of it. And then here, basic, then chains. There's like I thrust here, he blocks, promotion, I hit. He touches it, I hit again. So 1, 2, like kind of like that.
Huh.
Balintawak,
Group three
Group 3 and Group
thrusting.
4 is just like this one and that one.
Group 3 is thrusting, defensive thrusting.
That's why
so it's like use your imagination in some ways.
That's why be scared of this one that we take, because that's actually asongkitik.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. Like I see such a the flavor in you from like I'm seeing it. Like yeah.
That's the body movement that we work on.
No, I think it looks neat. I'm definitely seeing it. Like you're. Yeah, definitely. Wow, that's awesome. So getting back to and again, far as like how do you how do your rankings go? So do you got levels or like you use levels like Bobby?
Oh yeah, in wood, but
Levels 1 through 9.
1 to 9, actually it's a lot.
Yeah, levels 1 through 9.
But it's
You
really,
guys got 9 levels.
if you really want to learn the curriculum,
Yeah.
for those who really want to learn the levels and curriculum, I would suggest you to learn from my handsome teacher Ramon Franco Villas.
Okay.
He is the man. Right now, I'm just kind of busy. I mean, I'm just kind of lazy to go all the way to it. But if you really want the whole thing,
Yeah.
why I can do the stuff. The guy named Ramon Franco Villas, that's the guy you guys have to find. He's not known. He's not so famous, but I have like 95 or 96% Balintawak from him.
Wow. So what level are you up to? Not that right, I'm just
Well, okay, I can't remember. I don't even know.
Level 1 is the basics. So basic 1 through 12 with proper body positioning per se, basic defense, and of course all the way to basic preparation for grouping. Level 2 is the grouping system. So as a pattern, but also random and then broken. And essentially
different face.
Yeah.
And also, it's awesome and good, but the way I look at it, to be honest, it's not syllable American standard. Unfortunately, Americans want quick and fast and easy, like cooking microwave or
I know the Western.
That was really, if you really want to learn everything and have patience, the curriculum is so long. We have the stamping the foot, how to play the elbow. That's why right now Mon is like, I think it's 18th or 19th Zoom class.
Yeah.
It never runs out. I only pick
Wow.
I don't want to learn that. No, that one. Okay, not that one. This one kind of like that. But if you want to learn everything,
Yeah, they're picking. I get you.
It's the man.
Wow. Jeez, it's wow. So when you're so far as your students, like that, you have students that want to rank up. I mean, do you give them levels? Correct or?
That's correct. That's correct.
we have the curriculums like
Yeah.
basic groupings, and then we isolate the drills, the push and pulling, the bridging, the hitting point.
Like the first 3 levels are essentially student rank from say level 1 student to senior student, and then there's 3 assistant instructor levels, and after that instructor, like full-fledged instructor, and of course master.
Wow. That interesting. So so obviously, I mean, Eugene, you got Master Eugene, you got guys that are instructors and obviously are particular levels. Am I correct?
Yeah, I only have few students who stick with me though. Unfortunately, this is the one guy here, and there's another guy in Charlotte,
A couple of us.
Perry Comas. You know, he kind of
Yeah.
look like Facebook guy, look like Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, that guy, and Richie in Missouri. It's just like at least three.
Yeah.
Well, hey, at least you got. I mean,
Training with me that I'm
there's
just
more.
avoiding him from politics, so I don't want to put him in.
no, good for you. I know it could be exhausting. Trust me. I mean, running FMA discussion. Believe me, I can tell you all about politics.
Honestly, very good at that, man. You know, it's like I cannot do that stuff you're doing.
No, it's exhausting. I know it's exhausting. It's yeah, it's really exhausting. Wow. But so what okay, so do you guys ever like incorporate edge weapons, or do you pretty much just single stick, or
We Balintawak is more stickish.
Yeah.
Though we can use the blade a little bit,
course.
but
yeah, I'm not saying you guys can't, but I mean, do you guys incorporate once in a while, or do you keep it separate training, or
Sometimes we
we
have
do.
like just say single knife or
Mhm.
daga, so like stick and dagger. We have some supplemental lessons on our curriculum.
yeah,
But the most important thing is the body movement.
okay?
So the body movement comes highly into play with things like knife, right? Group 3, the stabbing, right? You can see that where that
And
would
also-
movement come into play, and the body movement is gonna save your life. So,
Mm.
and I always say you can't translate the techniques completely. Like I always say, you can't translate them. Just like some words in English don't have the exact translation in Bisaya or Spanish, but you can interpret it as best you can.
Yeah.
So you have to
Okay.
interpret some of these things, and you know what I mean. That's how I like to think
Sure.
about it.
Sure. So what would you advocate to the community, regardless of what sanction, what teacher, that benefit in training Balintawak? What would you tell the community, each of you, like the benefits of training in Balintawak?
Well, my favorite is the sense of brotherhood and family, but it's a very unique art to me. It to me, it doesn't look like anything else that I've ever seen or experienced.
Yeah,
You know, it's
I think that's fair.
general is a little bit more esoteric than for a lot of people. Like when a lot of people they meet, you know, like where I study and work, you know, they find out, oh, I teach martial arts. Oh, which one? Oh, it's a martial art from the Philippines, and they're just like, what? You know what I mean? So, and it's, you know, like Eugene Moninetti say, Balintawak comes from the heart. So we're really serious. It's a really like, I hate to use the word intimate, but it's like an intimate setting. It's just
training.
it's kind of informal, and there's not a lot of rhetoric, and like we just have a great time just hanging out with each other and enjoying each other's company, training,
Okay.
and the brotherhood and sense of family is what I enjoy the most.
Same question for you, Master Eugene.
Yeah, same thing, and also Balintawak, there are a lot of good body mechanics that applies to any art that you train. Doesn't have to be like literally the Balintawak thing, but you know, those aspects that you can add in the game that you play.
Yeah.
Kind of like it have a head movements, kind of like a boxing a little bit, and then it has to, you know, this kind of thing that makes you react. Like
Yeah, definitely saw how they would enhance your reflexes, your perception and reaction. I mean, how can that not?
that's why
Yeah,
Gene really is
definitely.
great because he's too.
Yeah, definitely seeing the benefits there just from watching and looking at you guys. So if you guys had the time and the will, what other FMA system would you guys most would like to train in?
I would suggest all, because you know it depends. Like you sometimes, let's just say this guy can absorb a lot watching Dosi Paris. This guy cannot get the Dosi Paris. Maybe he'll excel in modern Arnis, and so on and so forth. This guy is not good in this, but maybe if you show him Illustrissimo, he can understand. You know, he can get better to it. So depends how our brain is being wired, though. So it's kind of like whatever is close to your heart, whatever system that easily you can absorb and makes you better, go for it. Because at the end of the day, it's just martial art, man. Just FMA. It's nothing more than.
Yeah, I know. I think we forget that. Like, yeah, it's not that serious.
There's no stuff for me. I'm not. I I'm not gonna say I'm the best. I'm just one of the good ones. Maybe just vary a little bit than the ugly ones, just a little bit. I'm good enough. I don't have to be the best. I don't want to be the best because someone come and beat me up. No, I don't want that. It's just having fun and just.
Yeah, I'm just on having fun. Yeah, if you're not having fun, what the hell are you doing it for? Same question, Master John. If you had the time, like, what other FMA style would you like to train in?
I don't want to completely echo what Eugene says, but of course, all of them. But of course, I have a lot of favorites that I watch, like on YouTube. I love to train with a lot of people, like of course, in Illustrissimo, Pahatsubu, Garimot, Modern Arnis, and I'm sure a couple others. But I remember one time when the first day I met Eugene, and he was trying to explain the groupings, and he made a statement that was something kind of like, every technique in FMA can be found in the groupings. Whether that's true or not, it might be like a generalization, like a general truth. But like one thing is like we said earlier, lifting using the left hand, that's found in everywhere. Modern Arnis, Garimot, all these systems. But like group 2 or group 3. But what's interesting is like watch how they express that, or like what your movement, as Master Richie Kumahin once said. If you group 2. Or group 1, but what could it become? If you watch Los Separes, how do they apply the same type of movement? And that could also give you some insights, so I'm doing that to see how other systems, styles, and personalities express the same movements that I have.
Okay. I don't ask this question all the time we have guests, but I like to ask it sometimes if I have multiple guests. How would you like to see our community improve as a whole, FMA community? Like, what would you like to see as far as improvements?
Well, one thing, this is a street and this is a speed bump. It's like this, right? It's the politics.
Yeah.
If we pass that barrier, it's flat like this, maybe better than what we are now. Which
we're killing ourselves. We're holding ourselves back as far as, when you look at FMA comparatively speaking to the other arts and where they are in the business plane and all that. I mean, I hate to say it, we're behind, you know what I mean? And we're really not helping ourselves by freaking arguing over stupid stuff,
And that's a fun follow-up question to the last one, because when you asked me what other styles would you like to learn hypothetically, well, there's probably a few, but maybe some of them won't train with me for political reasons or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And there's kind of such thing as superiority complex. So hey, my system is better than yours.
Yeah, that's just.
You're nothing. I'm not gonna train with you. So kind of like.
I think it's gonna go away. I'm telling you. I think a lot of this older guard gets removed, or they.
The umpires like this, the politics.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't see the younger generation perpetuating as much as the old. I hope I'm wrong. I just don't. I hope I'm right. Rather, I just don't see it happening. I just think we have a more level-head community with the younger folks. They do want to cross-train. They don't want to get caught up in the politics. They don't have a dog in the fight. They don't care, and I think that's going to grow. I think.
But with the help of social media and program like you, that opens it up. This is like the key to open the door. And
I keep pushing it and spreading it, but people are, it's like people are going to take the clean water, or they're going to just keep drinking those murky. We got Steve, improve politics. We need more politics.
Yay!
Steve Brody, guy, always coming up with a funny. Steve Brody, looks like I'll be heading to California, August. Might be going to LA. If I could see it, that'd be great. Okay, what's your future goals for each one of you? Whether it's yourself, your students, the system. What are you guys' goals?
I hope to. I'm starting to get out there a little bit more, honestly. Oftentimes I kind of kept to myself a little bit with Balintawak, but I'm starting to realize that maybe I should promote myself a little bit more out there. And a lot of training partners also want that, because it's just kind of like this super informal setting in my training floor in my basement. Nobody knows that I exist here, So, and I just want to help promote Watbag and Balintawak and FMA, and I think I owe that to my teachers, and of course, especially the late great Grandmaster Teovel is. I know he really wanted Wutbag and Balintawak to navigate throughout the world and really be here for as long as possible. And,
I think it's happening. Like we talked about before with GM Bobby. I mean, he's pushing it. I mean, so he's going to bring it up, and I think the people who do similar, obviously do Balintawak, but just are not affiliated with him, it's still going to bring you guys up as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And also,
it's a great job.
I just want to promote Balintawak and Wutbag, and also just do so with in the proper way. Sometimes it can be easy to, I don't know, if come off the wrong way online. Sometimes I've done that maybe in the past, and
we all
I know it's happened.
Yeah, we learn from it, and you just hopefully don't do it again. Yeah. So, Master Eugene, what are your goals?
Well, of course, I hope I'll get better than I am now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the barrier of the politics or the superiority complex that my system's better than yours or something will be a less lower, so more people have an opportunity to grow. It's mostly man, Dean is good, but my teacher John's gonna kill me if I'm gonna meet him. So
yeah,
I wish I know how to do his kind of stuff, but I'm scared of him. I hope that it's gonna be gone, which hope my lifetime. But if not, that's one of my my goals that I hope as goals, or my dream. I would say my dream that I hope it's gonna be like that, and hopefully promote FMA as a whole. Kind of like can be Balintawak, but anything. So my goal is just to promote the art. Just promote the art. I use Balintawak and I promote Balintawak, but doesn't mean that I promote Wutbag. I'm not going to help promote the others. If they're next to me, behind me, that's my goal. Okay, I can carry you with me if I'm famous, but which I'm not.
Yeah.
There are cousins.
Tim Hartman, I think, says the best. He's somebody that people say what they want about him, but I tell you, man, that guy, he's really, really brings people up and tries overall to get people up. And he does, really a good job of that. And exactly, if we continue to bring it and draw up, as far as FMA community, it's just, that's what's going to bring us higher, get more popularity and all that.
Right.
Keep infighting over stupid crap.
People like that can help. Yeah, that's true.
It's just, you know what I mean? But I think it's going to happen. It's not happening as quickly, but I think it can. I think it can happen. I hope it does, but.
Yeah, I hope it does too. That's, my goal or my dream. Goal is, I think dream sounds better. I hope it is.
Yeah. So when are you heading back?
Oh, me? I'm flying back on Monday.
Monday.
Here.
Yeah. So how do you enjoy Connecticut?
It's been a while since I was here. I was here like 4 years ago.
4 years ago? Okay.
I miss seeing, the leaves and all this stuff because
the foliage, yeah.
With the guy, oh man, New England. It's been a while.
Yeah, that's what we're known for, foliage and taxes.
Yeah.
But
enjoying that 8-hour flight, plus stopover. It's it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Jeez, man. Well, I hope to see you Wednesday night, but if I don't, I know you're probably recuperating from the weekend. Still.
If I'm free, I'll be there.
Yeah.
You're good. You're getting better.
So John, well, hopefully we're gonna run into each other sooner than later. I hope.
Yeah, of course. We're not that far away.
No, I'm trying to get something. Chris, look, I just got this message pretty recent. Chris LaCava is coming up end of August 28th. He's going to be here the weekend of the 28th, and he wanted to know if we could all get something together. And so I told him I would talk to a few folks and see what we could, get together. So
Sure. Yeah, we can talk about that, of course.
Yeah. So I know Brian was talking about doing something. So maybe I'll message him and just tell him, hey, Chris reached out, and just see if that date works for him. But it was the last weekend in August. I know that. So
yeah. Sure.
But hey, thank you guys for coming on. I really enjoyed the demos. I thought you guys did fantastic with those. They looked great.
Here
Appreciate
too.
your time. Yeah. Thank you everybody for watching.
Yeah. Actually, no, there was a lot of comments. There was 20 people at one
I want
time.
to answer to Daniel. Is it
What's that?
you are the best? No, I'm not the best. I'm just one of the good ones. That's
Yes, right.
don't ever
Oh,
say the
yeah,
best.
yeah.
You know, someone will come over me and beat me up.
Okay.
It's safe to say I'm just one of
Right, there's all boats. Yes, that's what
the best because someone will
that's what
beat
Tim
me up.
Hartman. Yeah.
Not too much.
It was that was great. Oh, good. Getting some Chris. Awesome. Yeah. But all right. Hey, appreciate you guys. I'm glad we made this happen. You know, I wish I could have obviously been in, right there with you guys. But hey, at least the community got to hear from both of you.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Thanks. We just to help and glad to talk.
Yeah. So all right. So Mr. Eugene, see you Wednesday. Not just
Yeah, I probably would. Yeah. Who knows? I probably would.
You're gonna be there slumping in a corner. But Master Yuli with his antics will keep you awake.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, Master John. Hey, I want to thank you both. You guys take care and
Thanks, sir.
don't be strangers. We'll be in touch, John, because like I said, if Chris comes out, it'd be kind of neat to get something going.
That'd be great. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Have a good
All right.
week.
Have a safe flight home.
Oh yeah. Thank you, sir, and happy Easter.
Yeah, same to both of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys take care.
Thanks for coming too. Whoever's watching, appreciate you guys coming. Looking at us.
There were a lot. Check them out. All right, that wraps up 281. So who is next? Doubleheader Tuesday night. I believe it's going to be Conrad and Patrick. Martin coordinated this one. I'm just kind of going to be along for the ride on that one, but that's going to be Tuesday, 6:30 to 8. 8 to, I'm going to guess, about 10 Eastern time. Haven't confirmed. It's probably going to happen. I'm just going to know absolutely tomorrow, but really special guest. Yeah, somebody that we were trying to get on. It looks like it's finally going to happen. And you guys will be pleasantly surprised. Also, raffle, Ukrainian refugees. It's going on to May 15th, $10 a ticket. Check all the prizes out there. It's on the pinned post. You just click on it. You'll see all the prizes donated. $10, and it's going to a great cause. All right, folks, if you haven't already, please subscribe to FMA Discussion on YouTube, where all the monies we receive from the channel go to charity. The more subscribers we get, the more views we get, the more money we get, the more we can give to charity. Okay? All right, thank you and good night.